Hello. Let's say we want to set up a seating chart for our table seated event. In my seating charts under my Oveit Hub account, I've created a new seating chart. To see how it works, I can actually go ahead and edit it, right? So the first thing that you need to add is a name and then an address. This will be displayed in the event that is hosting this seating chart. By the way, you can add a location, but also place it on a map. This uses Google Maps to set up your venue. Then the next thing we need to do is set up seating chart categories, right? So these are the actual seats that can be purchased, and they're usually connected to a type of ticket, right? So in my case, I've set up the general seating, and I've chosen one of the colors here. You're going to preview the actual colors in the next step in the design section. And then we have the VIP seating, which is probably a more expensive seating option. In the color, I've chosen another color just so we can differentiate between the two categories. By the way, you can add and remove as many categories as you want. And then the next step would be to press continue and design the seating map. Now, the seating chart seasons section is a special one that provides access to season-based tickets. So let's say you have a restaurant and that restaurant has multiple concerts. In that case, you would activate the 2025 season so people can book for the whole season. But in this case, we're not going to focus on that. We're just going to focus on different categories for events. So the next step would be to actually design the seating map. In my case, because I've already designed the seating map, the step to take to go to number 2 is just press on the tab above, right? So in my case, I've used this tool right here. In this case, it's the round table tool. And there's also other options to be added. In this case, I've used another type of table for the VIP setting. So once we design the seating map, so let's just add another table type, right? So let's add another one here and maybe an extra VIP table here. We have to go ahead and select those tables and assign a category to them, right? So that would be the general setting for this one and the VIP seating for this one. Now, truth be told, this is not exactly how everything looks in a proper setting. So I'm just going to move tables around. I'm just going to place these tables right here, right? And then move the VIP tables a little bit in the front. And as you can see, they're not exactly aligned. So let's just go ahead and align them to be on the same spot. Let's do the same thing for the VIP tables, and let's see how we can space them horizontally. And that was it, right? As you can see here, I've added a special kind of section that would be the stage, and you can add this one from here, right? So let's say I want to add a door or something like that. I've added this little rectangle looking option right here. And then in the label section, I can add all sorts of options that are relevant for venues that have seating maps. So in my case, it's going to be the entrance. And then I'm also going to use another one for, let's say, the exit, right? So we have a proper seating map with tables. We have an overview of the stage, the entrance, the exit, and so on and so forth. We've categorized the seating maps according to the future tickets. Now let's go ahead to step number 2, how we can actually assign ticket to these categories. All right, so in my events, I've created a new event called Table Seated Event, right? So let's have a look at it. It works as the usual event. It has a name, it has a start and end date, it has a description. You can add some media if you want, and there's also a section called location. Now, in my case, I have to switch from no seating to with seating chart, and I will choose the Wanna Hall, which is the venue that I've designed earlier. We have some advanced options here if you want to collect guest information, but this is not exactly relevant for the seated event. So let's just move to the next step, which will be the seating option, right? So let's create a ticket, right? We're going to call it general access, right? And we're going to price it at $50. Now, one pretty important option here is to select the seating chart category, right? I'm going to select general seating, and I'm also going to change the name just so we have the same name for the ticket. And I'm going to press save. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for the VIP ticket. I'm going to set a price that is twice as expensive, and I'm going to select the seating chart category called VIP seating. By the way, these two names can actually be different, and it sometimes helps. The chart category is not exactly the same thing, but it actually operates as the ticket category in practice. I'm going to press save, and the next step would be to see how everything works. All right, so now that you've noticed there are some tickets, we have the seating chart, you see there's some icons here saying preview seats, manage seats, and category seats. I'm going to press preview seats, and we're going to scroll down, and we can see the actual tickets right here, and we can see how it would look like for the actual customer. So we have the general seating here, and we have the table and seat number. We have the VIP options right here, and we can actually zoom in and zoom out. All right, so the next option is manage seats. What this does is it allows you to actually select specific seats that will become not for sale. Right, so this allows you to block seats that probably have been booked offline or they're just generally unavailable. Once you press apply changes, this will disconnect those seats from the actual sale. I'm going to unselect them. And now we have the final option, which is category seats. What this section does, it allows you to change one category from one to another. So let's say that maybe this seat right here is really expensive and has a great view, and we want to change it from general seating to VIP seating. This is everything we need to do, and press apply changes. And this allows us to change one ticket type from another with a simple click, right? In my case, I'm just going to leave it in the same way, and I'm going to press next for the other event settings. The next step is the advanced section, where we have some settings regarding the follow-up email, whether you receive notification whenever someone purchases from you, some reminders for those that purchased the ticket, and the checkout options that are focusing on the confirmation page and other additional settings. Finally, step number 4, pretty important, is the preview and publish. In this case, the most relevant part is the publish section. Once I press publish, the event is going to be able to be purchased by you and your customers. And to see it in action, just press the share section, and you're going to see this live link in another tab. All right, so this allows you to open the seating map in another section and also embed the booking directly on your own website. This is basically a JavaScript code that opens an embed section on your website. And the way it looks like is like this, right? So we have our seating maps, we have our general seating options, and we're gonna select them. And now our customers can actually purchase them. It's pretty easy. Once you press continue, we're taken to the booking section, and there are some additional options that need to be filled in, like the booking information and payments. The tickets are left in the checkout cart for approximately 10 minutes, after which they're being released to the general public unless the purchase has been completed.